What's going on, everyone? Trust the Buzz here. If you are new to the channel, just know I make daily Charlotte Hornets content. So if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you cannot tell by the thumbnail or title of this video, in today's video, we're just going to be reacting to the Charlotte Hornets beating the Los Angeles Lakers in their second summer league game. I think it was 89-86. Yeah, it's like the first summer league win for the Charlotte Hornets in like 2 years, I think, since 2019. So 3 years. But then I think 1 year they didn't have summer league. I don't know, but a long time to not win a summer league game. But they finally win one. But despite the win, like, even if we didn't win, I was very pleased with that game. There were players I weren't pleased with. There were possessions I wasn't pleased with. But overall, I was pleased with that game. Like, I know some people were complaining about like how the end of the game, the team didn't. One, I don't blame that on the team. That was kind of the coaching. And two, I mean, it's summer league. At the end of the day, I don't expect very crisp, out of bounds plays and things like that, especially late game. But let's talk about the good, because there was a lot of good, and then we'll kind of briefly touch on the bad. But for the good, LJ Figueroa, Ty-Shon Alexander, they should start. I don't care what anybody says. Jay Crutcher is, we know how I feel about Jay Crutcher on this channel. He cannot pass. He doesn't set anyone up. He continued with the bad passes, late passes. While Ty-Shon Alexander and LJ Figueroa are better, they're more shooters and scorers, they can have some dribble penetration and they can pass out and things like that. And that's what that team needs. As soon as players like that came into the game was completely different than before. Now, we can go ahead and go into the first quarter. And so based on the first quarter, the team was down a lot, but the effort was there. I appreciated the effort. The team needs to work on intensity, but I just wanted effort. If we can just put effort into these games, I will be happy. And look what happened. They won, and it's not really about winning, but the game was competitive and players played, to what they're able to play to. So the effort was there, and then they were down a lot, but they were able to come back. Now, a big reason for that comeback is Mark Williams. Mark Williams still needs some work on his offense under the paint. I don't know exactly what his issue is. I mean, first game I thought it was nerves. This game it still kind of looked like nerves, but it definitely shows that there's something to be worked on there. So he needs to get, a softer touch around the rim. But his defense was incredible. Like, as far as like, if you want to base it off summer league standards, his defense is in the elite category, because not only was he swatting shots, not only was he tipping the ball, not only was he altering shots, he was just doing it all on the defensive end of the ball. He was able to bounce off screens well. That's one thing I really liked about him. He actually played the center position. He didn't go too far up like Nick Richards tends to do, which Nick Richards on that side of the ball was just horrendous. He did make a couple plays at the end. I think maybe they got some fire in his butt by playing Mark Williams more. I'm not sure, but yeah, Nick Richards was terrible on the defensive end of the ball, and at least in the first half, and then it got better as the game went on. But Mark Williams definitely needs to work on his offensive game, but his defensive game is there. I can see it, and I can't wait till Steve Clifford is really able to coach him up, because he is a dog on the rebounds. Like, he may not get every rebound, but he's going to be in the play for every rebound. He's not going to make the rebound easy for the other team. So that's what I like about Mark Williams. So now we can move on to well, this is not the bad, but I'm kind of just talking about the players here. But we can move on to Bryce McGowens. Bryce McGowens had a tough game. I felt like he wasn't getting any calls, and I felt like that last game too, not just him, but a lot of the whole, basically the whole team. I felt like they weren't getting any calls. I mean, I'm not getting mad over calls in summer league, but the officiating at times was not that good, and so they need to work on that as the summer league. But also Bryce McGowens just has to learn how to just finish through contact. There's gonna be a lot of times you don't get called, especially with you being a rookie at this stage in your career. So just work on that. But you can see it's there. You can see that he, that's his game. He's physical. He drives to the rim, but he just wasn't getting those calls, and it might have been because he's too physical. When he comes downhill, it looks dangerous. So I mean, that could have been it. That could have been why he wasn't getting those calls. Jello didn't play much, but I'm not putting that on coach. I'm not putting that on Jello. I'm not putting that on anybody. He just came back from protocol, so it is what it is on that. Brady Manek was really good. He was getting torched on the defensive end, but he plays. He just plays hard. He was doing really well. He was the spark that the team needed. So get him to Greensboro. I think he deserves it. He was a spark, and so you can need that on a team, on any roster. You can need someone that's a spark, despite their age, despite the rest of their skill set. If they can just come off the bench and just give you like 10 minutes of just good basketball and they're making shots, everybody needs someone like that on their roster. So why not put him in Greensboro? But I definitely want to see him get better a little bit on the defensive end of the ball, just because he is a stretch four. So I mean, he can get picked on defense, and then also you have to incorporate the rest of the team. Like, let's say he makes it to the first team or whatever. they would hunt him down because, you know, no one can really help him because it's not like we're the best defensive team in the league anyway. Ty-Shon Alexander, LJ Figueroa, I'll talk about both of y'all at the same time, not because you don't deserve your individual segments, but just because both of y'all were so great at the position. So, like I said, it's not like they're out here, you know, passing like Jason Kidd or anything like that, but they provide dribble penetration. They're able to see like a center, like if it was Nick Richards down there, Mark Williams down there, they were able to kick it out, you know, bounce it to him, throw it to him. Just small little passes like that, and it wasn't behind him, it wasn't over them like Jay Crutcher. And I know, like, it sounds like I'm really getting on Jay Crutcher, but he's just not that good. And like I said, it wasn't that he just wasn't good for his sake, but at the point guard position, when you play the way he does, it affects the whole team. That's why everybody today looked a lot better, was because you have guys like LJ Figueroa who can just keep a guy honest when he starts dribbling, and same with Ty-Shon Alexander, who is just a smart player in general. So that's what we need at that point guard position, especially for the young raw talent we have. So those guys are perfect for that position. They still put out the same lineup as Jay Crutcher, Bryce McGowens, JT Thor, Kai Jones, and Nick Richards. So, I mean, I didn't like that. It doesn't work. JT Thor has granted he hit the game-winning shot. That's his thing. He's a catch and shoot. I'm shooting the corners, maybe at like, you know, the hash is area, maybe like, you know, somewhere around there. He did hit the top of the key three, but still, that's just his game, is like the corner threes. But there was times where he had the ball and he just put no move on the guy and just shot it, just did a turnaround or whatever. Didn't look good at all. So he needs to work on his offensive game. He get in his bag a little bit. But defense, I mean, it's there. Defense was there for a lot of people. They played very good on defense. They look less lost on defense. I will say, while Nick Richards played good at the rim, I personally think, I said on Twitter, if you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead. I like to tweet Hornet things at Trust, but instead of the TH is DA, just because THE wasn't available. So trust the buzz, and my light went off. So like I was saying about Nick Richards, he is a stat defender. So it may look good, like on stage, he might get blocks and stuff. But when you watch him play, it doesn't look that impressive to me. Like, he really still gets lost on screens. He doesn't alter anyone's shot. So yeah, he can get blocks, and he's good at anticipating those blocks. But those are like, that's what I mean by stat defender. Just because he gets a lot of blocks, you think he's a better defender than what he is, but he gets completely lost on defense. And like I said, a screen, he doesn't know what to do. If the center goes up to the top of the key, knowing the center really can't shoot, he follows him all the way, paint's wide open. So it's just rough, especially when he's about to be 25 years old. You would want your center to be a little more polished than that, especially like at 24, 25. Next, Kai Jones. He looked energetic as always. He still makes bad decisions, and he's 21. So it's a little rough just because he doesn't know when to pass. He still tries to dribble it up the court. 3 guys are around him, and I'm not sure why that is. And I mean, he's still young and still new to basketball, but these are mistakes that we cannot have. It's probably reasons why he didn't play last year. I'm a very big advocate on Kai Jones. I hope the best for Kai Jones. I'm assuming, you know, I'm hoping that he'll turn it around and do well once he really just, you know, learns the game of basketball. But at times it's just disheartening because you're 21 years old and you're making mistakes like that. If you just made a bad pass, then fine. But you're dribbling between 3 people and you're not even a guard, it's not good. And then also just he'll try to continuously go up when there's people over him, things like that. But on defense, he looked good. He was energetic. He met a lot of people at the rim. He altered a lot of shots. That's what Kai Jones is good at. He's just an energetic player. We just really need to work on the offensive end. He did have one, I think it was a 3-point attempt, and he fouled the guy. So these are things that we can work on, but these are things we can forgive as well. He needs to learn. He's a young player. But on defense, it looked great. Offense still looks suspect. I feel like I covered everybody. Like I said, Bryce McGowens, he tried to go in and just do a lot like a contact, but those didn't work. But I think I covered everybody. If I missed anybody, let me know down in the comment section below. I think I covered everyone. But yeah, it was a great game, a lot better. Defensive intensity and defensive effort was better. Still like to see a little better coaching. And Jay Crutcher, I'm sorry, but you can play, but you cannot start on this team. And I mean, it's summer league, so they may just start him, whatever. But Charlotte Hornets, I feel like they're kind of learning who's there to actually play and who's there to not. Well, for a long time, they had Mark Williams in instead of Nick Richards. So these are things I feel like they're going to think about going forward. I think they're really trying to get a good look at Nick Richards, even though his contract is guaranteed. I don't know if they're going to look to trade him or look to cut him. I don't know, but I think they're really trying to see, like, that's why he plays so much, or, you know, that's why guys like him are getting minutes, just because they're trying to figure out what to do with them if they don't make the team. So they're trying to give him reasons to make the team, but ultimately it comes down to the decision for Nick Richards. I don't think he should be on the team, but it also depends on how you view Kai Jones or if you can get another center. So anyway, that does it for this. Thank you so much for watching. I am at like 164 subscribers. That is insane. I had to change the subscribe goal to like 200 now. So 200 by August. Let's try it. I think I got like 22 days or 21 days to get it. So why not? So yeah, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you are new. Like I said, I make daily Charlotte Hornets content. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you leave a comment. I respond to all comments. I love creating a community. I don't want y'all just comment and I ignore. I actually want to have a conversation in the comment section. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.